Hey, back again. So what are we doing? Factory or something? No, I think it's food processing today. This is the cooking channel. Today we are going to be getting rid of animal parts, but not quite making them yet. So yeah, last time we finished antimony over here, but we don't have fish oil. So we got to get fish oil up, which means fish, typically. And to do that, I have worked up a general idea of what I'm doing with meat sorting in a wet market. And I have a location in mind for it right here. So it is time to go landscaping. What's that? It doesn't matter. Give me freedom. I'm going to need a lot more of basically everything, right? And also bring pipe. There's usually at least one occurrence when I need pipe. Why don't I just bring it all? What's the point? I'm going to need all that. And then we're definitely going to need this today. And all of you come with me. Oh, that's pleasant. All right, so I need energy drink. Can't leave home without it. And I need a whole bunch more concrete. And then we have to pave the world for just a little bit. I need to set the bounds. What am I going to be doing, though? It's probably enough. All right, so way off the edge of the world, we want to go 2 city blocks east. So let's start here. Just kind of carve a path. Yeah, this is definitely grenade territory here. What's this ore which I'm going to be destroying? It looks like molybdenum. Molybdenite ore. Not molybdenum ore. Oh, am I going to kill myself? That would be funny. It was funny the first time. It would be extra super funny the second time. I think that is 100% true. I know a lot of people encourage me when I do something incredibly boneheadedly stupid. Like the great aluminum. No, it's the chromium mess up, I think. Where I got dust and powder confused like a complete noob. Yeah, I got my head patted over that one. There. It's going to be okay. But I regret to inform everyone that I learned absolutely nothing. Boom. Just like blowing stuff up. I lived under the tyranny of the cliff for a very long time. And now it gives me great pleasure to show the cliff exactly what I think of it. Alright, so where are we? Are we about 2 city blocks out? But I just can't stop myself. Something about these green, leafy atrocities just fills me with the need to distribute high explosives with great gusto. Alright, bots off. Let's establish our lines. Come here, friend. So yeah, I kind of went to the exact place I need to be. So what I need to do is right here, I think. And if I Control Z, Control C, I can just take this right to the bank, right? Okay, good. And then we will handle the C first. Make sure Poseidon knows exactly who he's dealing with here. Oh, that was almost dead on. Not quite, but almost. Bots on. Get rid of these things for me. Not the fish, though. The fish are fine where they are. Until the land comes to meet them. So this is the corner. And now it's time to just fill this in. Oh, I can hear them screaming, can't I? That's unfortunate. They make such unpleasant sounds. Oh. Well, this is not happening correctly, is it? Ah, well, more energy drink. We can solve this problem with more speed, right? If I just went a little bit faster, it would be done better. Am I going to run out? Have to go. Oh, big sad. All right, pick it up, please. Yeah, I'm probably going to run out, aren't I? Be a lot bigger deal if I was doing this competently, but I'm not. C block, eat your heart out. Oh, I am running out. Oh, man. Utter disaster. I need more landfill, which is in a single box. Is it, or is it a double box? I can't remember. I thought I wanted an astounding amount of landfill, so I might have put it in a double box. Yeah, I did. And that's pretty close to being astounded. Like, I sort of feel astounded looking at that. Can you stop wrecking my stuff? Alright, that's pretty good. And we will finish this off. Oh, that was actually way too much. I guess I'll go put it back in the box, right? Alright. Quick trip in, and then grenade party. Be gone. Except for you. I like you. Alright, so our goal, now that we have a night, well, okay. It is time to farewell to these ore patches. You will never ever be used. Farewell, goodbye. We're going to leave this one for right now, and obviously we're leaving the big mines as per the rules of hard mode, even though I'm not paying attention to some of the more stricter ones. Like, I've been flushing liquid whenever I felt like it. That makes me a bad hard mode player, but it does mean I keep playing. So I think all told, everyone knows exactly what they'd prefer on that. And that is that the factory grow. The factory grow incessantly. Is this actually real? Oh, it is. Isn't it? Oh, it's real. Huh. So this is going to have to be dealt with this episode. So I'm going to have to fuel these guys off a dedicated line. That's interesting. And that's making tar, right? Yeah, that's the tar line. And then we're fueling this all with diesel now, so that flipped over. Meanwhile, we're fueling this edge with gasoline. Okay. All right, so all that's okay. And our goal is now to clear all of this all the way down. Like, I don't dare just box it all, even though that might be a very efficient way of doing it. This is also pretty good. How are we doing on bot power? Doing great. Then obviously this is clear. Okay, I was about to say, but apparently not. Let's just kind of sweep back and forth, looking for problems. Yeah. And this has to be done by hand. Sorta. This is best done by hand, though. What is that? What are these things? They thought they could escape me by going to that island. No Taiwan strategies here, thank you. Oh, I missed a spot. Done. Here, you guys get this and anything that's real over there while I just fling grenades around as if they were free, because they kinda are. Once things are sufficiently automated, the usage of them, the cost drops to essentially zero. Alright, so, good. More land clearing, population me. Alright, so where are we? We're doing okay. We actually done about half, right? No. And the hard part's coming up, so. No backpats quite yet. And I will set up some, dedicated receiver for, the fuel, gasoline, the diesel, the embassy friendship party juice that is necessary. So I don't have this cutting across my factory proper anymore. And we will turn this into a Wuhan style wet market where you can get the finest pieces of X mobile critter. We don't serve biter, but we're trying to find a way how. Okay. So pick up. Then I will spend a little time trying to figure out the exact structure of what the sorting mechanisms, the sorting container system, it's not fully worked out because I think it needs some sort of buffer associated with it. I think just having open aerial caravans is probably not enough. Oh, I should have gotten more. Yeah, and I reap the wages of foolishness. And that is to run back in again. But we're coming along pretty fast so far. Ding, 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 ding. Good. You know, I should probably drop off this stone. Here, get rid of this for me. The logs, too. I don't think they can do anything about the logs, but we'll see. Actually, once I get bone, I'll be able to make next level substrate. We can also take another break and make Yadals and Navens. I should definitely do that. I'm kind of sad I didn't think of incorporating the uplifting space into the whole raising and harvesting blocks until I got to this point. I kind of wish I could go back and redo all of the farmland in order to incorporate this concept, but I'm not redoing it. No. Are you nuts? I mean, you are. And frankly, I am too, but I'm still not gonna. We'll fix that in the next base, right? It can always be a little more organized, I guess. Alright, right there. Now, pick that up. But I don't think this one's we're gonna get a next base out of this. For one thing, I'm not going to be redoing this. Thank you. No, the answer is no. For another thing, I don't think we're gonna need to. Because we kind of have built an extensible base, you know? And I think we'll be doing just fine for as long as I want to take this. Which, for as long as people are interested, I think, probably. I'm perfectly happy to just keep building. What will probably happen is, if I am going to see this through the Pyrrhic victory. I am, 100%. And the question is, how long do I play after that? I think I have to play a little bit to try to get all the rest of the tech online and try to see how far you can stretch things. And then after that, it's probably going to be more of a game of what do I want to develop. So at that point, they'll have SpaceX out. Pi SpaceX. And so I don't think I'm going to throw myself into that right away. I might give that one a while. Probably do just play the expansion first. I still haven't done that. Like, actual Factorio Space Age has been out for about a year now. I've owned it for about a year now and have not booted it up once. I am lost in Pyland. Lost happily, mind you, but lost nonetheless. I think we're good. Right there. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. I think... Oh, wait, no, there's plenty more around the iron mine. So, I suppose I have to do just normal Space Age and see quality. Still not thrilled about quality. anything about it. Don't like the concept, think it's dumb, think they should have built more buildings instead of just putting dots on existing buildings. Don't like the names. The names are fantasy based. Turns out the lead dev is a huge WoW head, which is something that is just a little embarrassing to admit in modern age. And I say this as a man who's playing Factorio, so ouch. Yeah, ouch. And so a giant WoW head to the point where can't even think in terms outside of WoW terms. So that's like, wow. That is some serious brain rot right there. I really hope he gets better someday. Where's that green thing I'm chasing? There. So it doesn't surprise me later. There's one right next to me? No. Oh, right there. It was stealthed. They're getting better and better at it every single day. All right. Bots off. We have cleared the land. It is time to lay this down. Then we will address pipelines. Oh, that's going to be a mess, isn't it? Look, it cuts right across. Maximum ugly. That is like the absolute worst right there. This is nicely framed. So it looks like we'll be using this mine for a long time, and I declare we can use that. Even though I think it requires something silly. Yeah, it requires acetylene, and I don't even make acetylene anymore. Like, there's just no call for it. I'd rather spend syngas. No, wait, I don't think it doesn't even use syngas. I think it just collects it. It was the borax that needed syngas. But, whatever. It is not hugely critical. And as in all things, if you just leave me alone with it for a while, I'll figure it out. So what is this? 24 new blocks? And I'm gonna... Oh, I missed a spot. I have to fix that. There you go. Okay, are we ready for some intense bricking action? I am going to brick my factory. Watch. Trees. Why is it? Oh, it's because I'm too far. Okay, that's much better. And then I'm very sad I can't use that rock, but what can I do? Oh, this is just a giant mess. I have to get off of this at some point, right? This is just an enormous mess. Like, we're just going to pretend this isn't real, right? We're going to pretend this isn't happening at all. That's probably a healthy adult way of dealing with our problems, right? Yeah, I just don't see it. What do you mean there's a mine there? We get, we biomine all our iron ore. I have no idea what you're talking about. See, makes sense when I say it. What's this rock? Yeah, that's the quartz vein. That will never be used. Price does not match the product. So good. And what more is there to talk about? I didn't really have any outdoorsy updates for me. It's tick season now. Ask me how I know. I'm still alive, but you know, it's just a thing that happens around here. But I continue to update the forest. And it's going quite well. It's relaxing. It's also getting real hot. I would prefer it stay early spring forever, especially if I'm going to be outdoors hauling around wood. I have a mad idea to maybe make a little plaza back there. You know, just myself laying pavers It'll be a very long job, but you know, I'm up for very long jobs. It's probably going to be something to look at for next year, though. One other thing I have to do is other part of my yard. I have to put in another French drain. I already put one in to deal with some puddling problems. That's one of the very big thou shalt nots of, you know, the world in general. Thou shalt not tolerate standing water. Something, no, oh, that's fine. But still no. Something like deep in my psyche dating back towards primitive agricultural time tells me to look at standing water and just start twitching, full body convulsing, just go no, 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 no. And then you got to fix it. In this case, it's not really standing water. It's just persistent squishiness, which is, we all know, the precursor to standing water. And I can smell it in the air. I can smell something bad is cooking. And I hate it. And so we've kind of got a proto-French drain going, just kind of look at the hydraulics of the area. And I got a plan. It just requires time and money, dedication, me not to be playing Factorio. Possibly the right alignment, the moon and stars. I need a message from beyond to really get going. None of these things have happened yet, so project's still in progress. I will keep you updated, though. Don't worry. Tune in. So the first thing we got to do when we're done here is we have to take care of this pipe. It was a good idea at the time, and that's about the most that can be said, right? Oh, mouse control issues. Pay the penalty. All right. Then, once again, we add more blocks to the factory. I feel like we're doing this a lot lately. Like, it's coming a lot faster. Like, but with the, when I'm making an intermediate or a bunch of intermediates, I tend to do 2 blocks a day, maybe 2.5 blocks, something like that. But when I'm doing refining stuff down there, I can throw down 6 city blocks in a day, especially now that I'm in the rhythm of it. So we're consuming properly zoned space at a rate that is beyond norms, beyond what we usually do. So in a way, it's not surprising this is happening. It will slow down, and I will miss these days when I'm putting together like 6 intermediates, trying to get to some big, also intermediate. Yeah. Oh, man. I messed that up. I'm going to mess up all of these. All right, I'll do it. I'll fix it. You watch. Fix it all. All right, now I gotta do this edge. And I'm not touching this right now. I hope I'm not touching it anyway. I might have to if the wet market overflow, the biological reclamation mart actually flows down to this much. I don't think it will. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. I will go on at length about my doubts and confusions, the things I imagine need to be true in a moment. Okay, pick it all up. Tax. Alright, and now we're going to run straight into iron ore, and it's going to cause problems. So I should probably slow down. So just be pretty careful and go straight down. There. This is still a massive mistake. Just go straight down. Oh, nice. Okay, are we done? Sure looks like we've added 24 more blocks. All right, let's go change clothes and come back and be a wildland plumber. pump gasoline towards the embassies so that we can properly communicate with the native species through the language that they understand. Oh, I shouldn't have turned that on. Oh, man, that was premature and dumb. I'm hoping it didn't, none of the bots activated, but at the same time, I know they all did. Every last one of them. All right, let's just apologize for our sins like we do. And then hopefully it won't stuff us double full. You take that. And that's basically it, except I want that one, and I want that one. I want all of this, and now I can turn personal logistics back on. And I'm gonna... Where's my energy drink? Where is my energy drink? What did I do to my energy drink? Did I throw it in here? I had to throw it in one of these boxes, right? Oh, that's really unfortunate. All right, anyway, gone. Destination, no longer here. So what I need to do... What's that? What is that? Fix that. Okay. I have to bring the biofluid network. There's more over there. It's kind of regular, actually. That's weird. There's one over there, too. So I guess what needs to happen is we have to feed this off right here and then collapse all of this. And this stays like it is for right now, even though it's obviously wrong. All right, that's fine. I accept this world. Probably like this, right? And even though the biofluid network is kind of overstressed, let's stress it more. You give me gasoline in enormous amounts, and you give me diesel in enormous amounts. Thank you. And then pick one, and we will head up and hook in. Right? I said right. I should check and see if we're actually making stack inserters. And if we're not, I should do something about that, right? Okay, nice. So I just get to pick up all of this now, follow it all the way back home. And then we're ready to start building out the prime event, the main event, center ring, center stage. It's the big time show. Right there, right there, right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the world's best snack bar. Aliens from all over creation will sit and just pray in whatever way they can, by rubbing their clickers together, by squeaking together their deedly boppers. Whatever they actually do, they will just pray to whatever power exists in the universe, me, honestly, that they will be incarnated here so they might partake of the world's greatest snack bar. Kind of have to pull this across, don't we? Are we going to do this? Like, is this a plan? We have to, right? It keeps a pattern. There's a pattern at stake here. You can't violate the pattern. Oh, hey, nice. Probably like this as well, right? Except this one doesn't get the RoboPorts. All right, so the slaughterhouse upgrade. We have to actually look at that. And where's the other thing that was almost done? Here, Grodd upgrade. Whatever it is, do it. Slaughterhouse. All right, so we have three choices. Laser cutting. Abandon the old saws and automated knives. Install lasers to precise and cleaner cutting among instantly death of the animal. Okay, that's a mess of a sentence. Slaughtering will grant extra blood, lard, sulfuric acid, bones, and brains. This is basically everything I like. So, this is clearly what to do. The only problem is it requires that I add in a laser every time we go, and then it only comes back some of the time. This has to be a RoboPort thing, don't you think? And this is, again, you add an item and it comes back. Not as often. And what's it gets? Extra skin, carapaces, pelts, chitin, shells, fish oil, and photopores. So this is not bad either. It doubles the amount of photopores. That's not bad, but ultimately I think extra brains is better, even though it's not much for extra brains. No, it's only 5% more brain. So it knows this is the most valuable one. It knows this is the one everyone's going to want. So we'll see. Where's Arthurian? Oh, it's only 5%? Nah, it should be 10% more. It's got 2 brains. Come on, guys. And meanwhile, over here, use animal fat and greases to lubricate the building's moving parts so it smells like its mother while it's going through. Saving costs and giving more uses to the unwanted animal parts. Slaughtering them will grant extra meat, arthropod blood, guts, formic acid, bone meal, tendons, and keratin. So basically, it gives more special stuff. Tendons and keratin. And this is more photopores and carapaces. And this is more of the normal desirable stuff. This is actually more of a choice than I thought. And this is obviously the easiest one of all because you just need a little grease inside. And grease I got. Not a problem. But I don't really want the extra meat. Big D don't. Where's the tendons? Isn't that camuts? Camuts give a tendon? Does anyone know what a tendon is? What a camut looks like? It's a dingret. It's the same amount of spikes. I don't know. I really should pick this right now, right? Oh, and what do I want? Oh, this is actually kind of a choice, isn't it? Because then I'd have to go do laser turrets, and that's going to have to be, tomorrow. It gives extra blood, and never lack for blood, and have a few extra brains. So it's 5% more vat brain cartridges. That's not a lot, but it's a lot more lard and meat. It turns an Aug into kind of like a muckmoo, right? So a muckmoo is 5 lard and a bunch of blood, whereas it turns an Aug into essentially a muckmoo. Not as much skin though. Or bones too. Bones are nice, right? What can you do with bones when you got a lot of bones? You can turn... No, that's not what I want. I want to use them to make just stuff, right? You can ash them. What is this? What's a calcinate? And then I can just sort them for stuff I don't want. Okay, that's great. Bones go to lard. Bones get made into stuff. Sugar. This is a particularly bad recipe. I don't know why it exists. It's used in lots of food. So it looks like it's not that important to begin with. We turn it into phosphate rock, and that's this is the last stop for bones. And that's not even that exciting. Anyway, let's not deal with that quite yet, right? I will think about it for perhaps like 20 or so minutes, and then we'll make a decision. It's almost certainly going to be the laser thing, right? Though, extra tendons, extra photopores, that probably means something, right? Makes a part of the game easier. Whereas just getting extra lard and more brains just makes it a little better in places. This is going to be a tough one. All right, but anyway, probably going to remove a lot of these. So where is my demo? Pick this up. And we're going to run that over there, and then we're going to make it real, right? This is our big task of the day, to actually do this right, and as much of the reprocessing as possible. So maybe we put the grand input right in the center right here. And maybe we have this entire block be routing. And just refuse to put anything else here. It's just pipeland. What's this? Come here. Get in here. Okay, so we have the grand in, and then we have our two waste products. So let's just kind of take you and take you away for right now. And we're going to shove you up here for the moment. And we're going to assume you know what you're doing. And it's time to make decisions. So from wherever we slaughter animals, no matter where, no matter for what reason, no matter if we use lasers or greased up knives that smell like their mothers, no matter what, it'll all be concentrated right here. So I know we're going to be processing Auogs up here, and then full whale loads of everything will come and dump here. And then what we want to do is have, and there's going to be a lot of products. So we kind of want to do this, right? And then we're going to have, that's meat. And eventually it's going to be 2 lines of meat, you know, just for right now. No, wait, it can't be. It has to be like this. So maybe we had it right here. And so it goes like this, and it goes like this, or better. Let's try to be better, right? Goes like this, and it goes like this. And this is going to be filtered for, just say, meat. Same story right there. And we want output priority to the left. So meat will immediately go flowing out. And because it's all being separated out of this box immediately, we're not going to have to worry about line stuff, you know? Overburdening a single belt like we do up north. So if we go as up as we can go, which means we should go as in as we can go. Oh, excuse me. Like so, and like so. And that will have to leap. And then it heads out. So now we have to do another version of this, right? And we have to go out. Yeah, maybe I should not do 2 because it'll work for right now, like in the immediate right now. But once I change the what loaders are fueled with, then it will cause just problems. It'll overload this one belt. So no, I should just stick with 1 and have this be the structure. And so this won't be that. That'll be like guts or something. And then again, we're just seeing how many we can stack in right here. Try to figure out what sort of world we're working with. Because there's going to be all sorts of stuff like dingrit spikes, chitin, photopores, maybe. Photopores should be taken on site. But you know what I'm talking about, right? And this, I don't like how this is working right now. So you go right there. And this is going to be our paradigm. As much as I kind of appreciate how we have them all lined up right here, I think this is better. Then up. Is that the last one? Can we do one more? I think that's the last one, right? Has to be. Yeah, so we're able to put in 4 on one side. So that's 8 different animal parts. I wonder how many animal parts there are in total. So like this. That's probably most aesthetic. And so we have waste coming south. And then we have to gather them together in some sort of grand bus heading south. And so we do the opposite of that over here. Big H. And right now we have the basis of the lunch line. And honestly, that looks pretty badass. It's gonna... Maybe I should draw a picture or something. We also have to account for waste, because waste can be delivered in any of its 3 forms. Here, I saw a few things I hadn't checked before. Let's look at tendon. Kamat tendons go to biocrud. There was carapace. Fidei, carapace are eternal. That's wonderful to see. What's the other thing that I saw? Tendon, carapace. Maybe we just go look again, right? Photopores, we know about you. Pelts, we gotta look up pelts. Keratin, pelts and keratin. That's dingrit pelt, and it's forever. And it's keratin, that's that, right? And it is forever. Nice. So we get keratin from Simics. Okay, that's great. So there's going to be a bunch of like one-offs, you know? Like anything eternal. Well, no. Anything that can block. Like photopores could block, even though they're not going to come here, because we only slaughter trits for photopores. But for things that cannot block, that's meat, that's guts, that's bone, that's brains, bone meal can block. What else? What else? Skin, lard. Skin must be used. Lard must be used. Chitin must be used. Can chitin block? No, chitin has to be used because of arquads. So chitin. What else? Is there anything else? Here, let's see if we can look over the logos. It's in this pile. So bones got, bone meal can block, got it. Got it. It's on there, right? We did guts, right? Right there, guts, good. Then lard is on there too, right? Right there. What else? None of this appears to matter very much. Skin, we did. So that's everything for right now. Jerky. We should honestly... We're we're to declare that this also does jerky. We're going to declare that you decay to crud, right? You also do biocrud. And then it will cycle up to its box. Okay. And then this does nothing. Okay, it's completely turned off. And then those are the main decay products. So if there nothing can get stuck in here right now. The Auogs of everything that can decay has a way out at the moment. Okay, good. So next up, I guess we do north and then south and then figure out what we're doing with our life. This just looks nice. This looks like, here, let's start by getting rid of this horrible little icon. Can we come all the way down? Where is the line? I must not have drug it over, huh? Oh wow, we're way far out. But it's for a purpose. Right here, question mark? Energy drink. What's this doing? And that's just been replaced, right? All right, I'll pick this up. Just to be a responsible owner of a factory, cleaning up a trip hazard without even needing an inspector to threaten us with legal sanctions first. That is called responsible civic duty. I know I have a place in my community, and look how I uphold it. By refusing to make an enormous problem of what I am obligated to do. All right, we're gonna do this, and then after I'm done, I want to go check on stack inserters. Okay. Beautiful. And then right here, and we do something right. So right here, I don't know if I really want to do this here, you know? I think maybe what I want is this. Yeah, this looks a lot cleaner to me. So you just have to come right over here. And then right here, question mark. There. And now you can shut up about needing input. All right, so that looks a little less cool, honestly. Here. Symmetry prevails. Okay, better. Better. Attack spider. Yeah. All right, so now we've established the central hub. And we're going to do something with these guys. Don't worry about it. I haven't forgotten about them. What we need to do now is decide where they're going. I think maybe we just leave this as open logistic space. We're going to have a lot of material going back and forth. Maybe we put the waste bins right on top instead of on either side. That's kind of interesting and a little aesthetic. I'll think about it. What I need is now to come up here. We have to design the unit. It is actually time. We must do the thing. So, let's just say this is going to be, it's not meat. What did I actually just do here? This is going to be, no, I don't want to do that. We're going to do meat. Meat and jerky. So come over here. Meat and jerky on this side. It's going to come up. And what we need is a buffer. I don't like just having this much. I like having the idea of being able to service more. Is this how we typically do it? No, it is not. Excuse me. right there. So this is how we do it. But yeah, splitting to get into this is going to be non-trivial, right? So it's going to be like that, and then one in, and then distributing, and then it's all into this, and this is pickup box, and then we have to have a waste line out the other side. So hold on a second. Maybe it comes out the bottom. It's like maybe this is the waste line. Where are you, loader? Like just like that. And it's bound to jerky, right? Jerky. All right, so jerky comes out like that. And then we have meat going in, and it's like this. No, wait, obviously not like that. Loaders. And then, okay, maybe I do it intelligently. Quote unquote intelligently. Flail. Then those two, and then these two, and then these two. All right, so meat will come in, and it has to split into 3, huh? 3 is such a not a cool number, eh? Like, I'm not going to do the balancer. It just isn't going to happen. Meat's going to come up like this, and then it's going to come in like so, and then so, and then straight in, right? So it's like this. And so half will go in here, and then a bit will go up there. It's going to fill these last, but, you know, whatever. Actually, that's kind of bad, right? Like, it's kind of not great to do it like this, because it means that the stuff up here will by necessity be older. And when it comes to spoilage, that's an actual problem. I wonder how these work when it comes to spoiling materials. Does it choose to do what's on top? Because I don't want to get into a situation where like this right here is emptying out of the loader, and it's going through here, and then it's this block right here when empty is filled. So it's just, it empties out, refills, and everything else in here is rotting. So I may have to use actual inserters, which isn't a terrible fate. We can probably test this, right? Here. Let's figure this out. Give me some portable power. Yeah, like so, please. And then drop you onto the belt. I'm going to have to pick all this up at the end. Well, no, this doesn't work at all because I'm not loading in. How we just assume the worst, right? That's a good idea, right? Let's assume that this will happen in that order. It'll take from here, and then it will refill here, and then take from here, and everything else will be ignored and rot. So this doesn't actually work. So what I'll need to do is instead this. I really should check and see if stack inserters are being made. And this is not as much throughput, but it's all right, right? Should be fine. Not being made. No. Really? Something's wrong here. Oh, it's no... What? What's going on? No engines. Ooh. That is possibly a problem, right? Especially since I had no iron for such a long time. Huh. Well, it's almost going to be not a problem. Let's just ignore it, right? Do I have any in base to get me through the next few? So, yeah, okay, ignore it. All right, so hook these guys up. Decay priority, decayed first. And I think that should work, right? Again, I'm not totally sure how this is going to actually work. But we'll see. And there's going to be a lot of decaying in hand here, and that's fine. It's okay. Do I want to do anything with loaders then? Because obviously with this setup in pairs of threes, it is not so aesthetic. It's probably fastest, right? And like, what's this deal with doing it like this too? So 1 splits in 2, splits in 2. And so it would evenly distribute it, except this is obviously wrong. Half goes here, a quarter goes here, and a quarter goes here. Nah, that doesn't work. It's actually fairly important. It really is. So how to handle this? Do I have to actually do the fancy 3 splitter? I'm kind of in the opinion that I'm going to, right? Okay, so it has to be 1 like this, and then 1 like this, right? And then it goes all the way back to the original. So like this. And then we can probably do it more compactly, right? Maybe. And then this loops back somehow. I'm not sure I believe in this. This might be a little too funny, you know? Now we can do something like this, and we can do something like this. And yes, it will be balanced, but the question is, at what cost? And this can loop back in, and then main line in. So what'll happen is half will go here, and then half will go here, half will go there, and then half will come up here, and then half of that will come, a quarter would go right here, and then a quarter will go back around, and we'll be fed in again. So that works. It doesn't even look that terrible. How's its profile? Is this what I'm going to go with? And then we have a vent down here, and we deal with whatever the product is. I think we might have a winner, and we have to attach a latch, right? So run out here, grab you and you. Just like that, and get rid of that. Okay, so that's going to latch on whatever this is. It will report on whatever is here. I kind of wonder what's going to happen if it detects jerky in here, right? Yeah, that is a pretty good question. And I think the answer is it breaks terribly, right? Because if we look at the logic, everything is greater than 0, output anything. So jerky will then come here, and then each gets output each. So it's going to latch on jerky. So, maybe I can set up right here. Well, I don't want to have it not report if it's, like I can do not jerky, you know, and have it, but I don't want it to not, maybe that is the way to do it. Jerky. Jerky, less than or equal to 0. And then the second any jerky makes it in here, it stops reporting, and it just stops. But that just means the latch stops. And so this right here, this gets green from there. So it outputs anything. So we kind of want to like filter it, I guess. Because the second jerky is placed in there, it's not going to be that the signal is the signal will cut off. But I kind of want it to still read off of the latch. I should probably think of how to do this properly, because this is not correct what I'm doing right now, because it's going to report that we get a jerky shortage. And what I want is this right here to never, never, never be jerky. So maybe I need another one to filter this out. Anything is greater than 1. If anything is greater than 1, it'll be here. Here, let's do a test. What do I got in my inventory? Say plastic bar. There we go. So if we toss in some boilers, right? Then it latches on boilers. Then, some plastic, it decayed into plastic. And it's reporting on that still. So that didn't actually do anything, huh? Oh, so it would have to be and. Yeah, it didn't actually change. Oh, it already latched on it, so it has to be picked up. Right? No, where'd plastic go? Here, toss in those. And so have we latched on it? No. We haven't. Okay, it's not hooked up correctly. Okay. Well, okay, it's not powered. Okay. Okay, calm down. Everybody calm down. There, power is on. Let's try it again. Toss in the boiler. Pick it up. You are now latched on boiler, right? Toss in the boiler. Toss in automated factory. Now you're latched on both, right? No, you're only latched on the boiler. How is that? How is that possible? And then I add in plastic and it does nothing. So it'll only latch on the first thing? Oh, so there is no problem whatsoever. Okay, I accept this answer, this strange and confusing, highly positive answer. All right, so it just works. Great. So, we have to start working on arrangement of these things now. We only have like 8 of them, for the moment anyway. I really want to get this system worked out, and then I'll start working on individual disposal of individual body parts. It sounds so psychopathic when you say it like that. So something like this. And like this. And does it fit? Hey, it does look like it fits. That's not bad, right? 2, 2, 2, and it's about the same. Yeah, we can do this. We're not totally complete yet, but we're doing all right. This is actually a problem, isn't it? Because of what happens if this gets stuck with 1 unit of jerky in its claw? You know? So it actually has to be doing 2. So we have to paint the entire thing like that. And you have to be jerky. And you have to be meat. And that's just how it's got to be. I should do something about all this incessant blinking. It's going to give me a seizure. So the problem is the transfer rate on this is never going to get hugely high, which is, kind of only a problem in my head, I suppose. It's not a huge problem overall. The greater problem is the delivery rate is slow, but I can always bring in another line. Have it coming out somewhere, or just establish another drop bin if I really want to. Though I think that might be a little excessive. All right, so for the moment, this is going to work like this. All right, and so jerky then finds its way out right here. And we have to have a jerky line. I intuit that's going to be closer to the center, right? And I don't know where that's going to go, so let's just figure that out later. Furthermore, I intuit this is going to be a pain to get liquid to get loader fluid to. I have to figure out something with that. All right, so let's decide our future. And this wants to come out by 1. This will come out by 2. And this will come out by 3. For reasons I would hope are obvious. And then I'll start bringing everything up. This is like, I haven't done a solution that has like artistry involved like this does in a long time. Like maybe since plutonium processing, everything I've been doing lately has been very straightforward, just calculating reflux basically. Okay, so are we happy with this? Kinda, sorta, right? All right, you, obsolete. And then in the center, we'll have our waste lines. And then the waste line will come down the center and I guess heads to one of these. And what do I do with jerky? Because jerky is both a product and, well, I suppose I'm going to have a definite jerky maker somewhere, so don't even think about it. So what I need is this outline has to get joined up with this outline. So I have to make that happen somewhere. So we're going to have, ooh, this is going to be interesting looking. Right? Assuming that there's going to always be waste put in. This is going to look probably a little too dense to look interesting. We're probably looking at its most badass right here. So what we want... So this is going to leave this block more or less empty, huh? Well, I'm afraid of this block, so yes, this is what's going to happen. Well, maybe we don't do... Here, maybe we switch it around. Here. Give me this. Chuck this right there. Brain goes there. Meat goes there. Brain goes there. Okay, so this is now a meat line. You come up and you are not quite all the way over. So that's very, very unfortunate. And then the meat line out, which is the jerky line out, actually has to come down closer to the middle. So we'll do this here for reasons I really should consider. Okay, the big problem is right here we don't have... It's on the wrong line to join in. I'd have to jerk it up by 1 or bring it down and do it here. And I'm not sure which I'd rather do. So I'm just going to suspend that for a second and just keep doing this. So this is going to be guts right there. And guts could also have jerky. So why am I even bothering? Bones? So maybe I should have guts and jerky? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. And lard, brains, and bio crud. And bones don't rot. You do rot. And that's everything right here? Okay. So this is now guts and jerky. So this is looking not that great right there. I don't love these little jerks I'm doing. And I suppose we're going up a long, long way, which is a waste of space. But like I said, I'm afraid of this. Maybe we are a little off, so I should do the other side as well. I'm trying to be as artistic as possible here. See, that doesn't look bad at all. I know this is probably mostly wrong, right? Probably mostly substantially incorrect. Now we do it on the other side and we see how much the pattern holds. We need to go get more belt. What I'm trying to say is this is actual problem-solving design, whereas like anyone can throw down hundreds and hundreds of ball mills, you know? This is trying to come up with a good solution. And I've known this problem has been coming for hundreds of hours now, and yet I still have not actually sat down and worked out what I want to do. I'm actually working it out right now in front of everybody, which, let me tell you, it's going to make for great stories someday. Oh, we're going to get another upgrade today? Probably. All right, so build all this, please. Yes, nice creation wave. We got I have to admit, this looks good so far. It really does. Oh, we're missing... What are we missing? More hands. Okay. We're going to do this right. And by that, I mean I'm going to run through and keep annoying all these bots. Ah. Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's great working with all of you. Oh my god. I can't get out of here. Help me. Help me. Bots, pick me up. Carry me where I need to go. Go faster than my legs as they simultaneously explode. Alright, so good. Now we're looking at progress. So, is this nice and symmetrical? This looks like it has to come over by 1, 2, 3. So the answer there would be a big no. No, not symmetrical. So all of this needs to come over by 1, it looks like. And then it will be better. Right? Good. The reason we do these things is to learn this information. Over by 1. God, bots are nice. All right, so up you go, and then you just go straight in. Then you have to go over by 1, and you're over by 2. And that's honestly not looking that much better, boys, but it's matching on this side now. So that's something. All right, so next, come on up. And we have decided that this goes right here. And this comes right up. And then this comes up right here. Now it is symmetrical. And we still have room in the middle, so don't use too much of that, because we're going to have other parts coming up in there. And at the last resort, they will also come out the back. So there's plenty left to do here. All right, so this is now meat, guts, bones, brains. So this is meat, and you need the same treatment right here, where we have guts. This is bones. Bones are doing fine. I suppose they should all get this, right? Only some are not going to be, like you can be completely deprogrammed because you are bones. It's like so. I'm not trying to make it super artsy when it comes to power poles. That's elegant enough. This is trash, but this is not bad. Okay, so what was I doing? Meat, guts. So copy, paste, 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 paste. And now bones just get loaded in. Bones never go bad. And now this is brains. So brains, 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 brains. And also jerky. No, it's biocrud, right? Ooh, missed that. Brains go into, oh, jerky. Okay. Well, I messed up something down here then. You go to jerky. Everything goes to jerky. And then all the jerky lines will come over, and then we'll gather them all together. And then we will put them all on one designated jerky line, I guess. I suppose these things don't. Maybe they come down to right here. I'm honestly kind of feeling that. Just leap right here and just have a jerky line, because it's all just jerky right now. Meat goes to jerky. Guts goes to jerky. Bones does not decay. Brains goes to jerky. All right. So everything on this line gets jerkified. And I want to leave the center open anyway. So we do this. Well, this one doesn't even exist. So here, we'll leave it here just for... It's all jerky, right? We'll leave it there for completeness sake. Well, no. No, sometimes a little asymmetry is okay, right? And that's when there's a purpose to it. That actually is fairly tidy. I did not plan that. Getting in the loader fluid is going to be irritating. So I have to do something like this. But, I mean, it's possible. There's nothing stopping me, right? Copy. Then skip. Then I will plug it in somewhere down here, right? Down we go. And I guess this probably isn't going to exist right here, right? Especially not if I'm doing this. Does that happen to stretch? Oh, it does. Nice. Okay, so... Oh, what's not so nice is we also have to get it over here, too. Maybe we do this on a capper. Or right here. Oh, that's slick. That's a good idea. Because then I can do this, you know? Yeah, and then like this, and then it has to leap. It's going to look a little awkward, but not super duper awkward. Because of right here, it could be a little better than have this right here, but it still looks all right. It looks like some intelligence was at work here, illusionary as it might be. It's important to put out a good bluff, you know? Okay, so like that, and then like that. We could even come straight over now. Yeah, that's nice. That's very helpful of me to do it like that. And then I will decorate this side. And I guess looking at the time, we're probably just going to get this settled today. The sorting area. I thought this would go a lot faster. God, I hope this works. I sunk a lot of time into this. I really hope this works. I suppose we got to mirror this on the other side. Well, let's talk about what has to happen first. So all of this jerky comes out, and this is all governed to jerky. It's all just filtering to jerky, and it's all gonna use distillates or whatever. Great. It's gonna come here, and we got jerky line. And what do we do with jerky line when it gets here? I don't know. I don't have that plan quite yet. So let's go over here. So this is actually quite fortuitous how I decided to do this. With it's nothing. Here, we're going to do, instead of nothing, you are going to be lard. Then you are nothing. So it's going to be, this one's going to be the nothing. All right, so it's going to be lard, crud, followed by chitin, followed by skin. They're just sniping lots of stuff today. That's actually a really weird thing to hit. I want to say this is down here. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. Is that just a real lucky hit? No, they put a big worm right there, and it just wailed on all that area. That's an interesting. No, that's a lucky hit. How lucky? How lucky for you guys? All right, so this is just going to be biocrud then. So instead of, this has to be lard and crud. Lard and crud. And crud. Crud. Bang, 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 bang. Great. And then the rest of you can just be singular of purpose. And just use all of the power. Go. Use all the power. And I'll put this down here too, even though it doesn't need to be here, because there's nothing on that line. All right, so great. This is starting to come together. So whenever we need animal parts, any kind of animal part, you need some brains, you need some meat, you come and you grab from this box. Now, there's no guarantee that you're going to get, I suppose it's, if you fill cargo, there's a possibility you might get something spoiling, but you might get that anyway. Decayed first. All this is using the same priority, right? Oh, no. I didn't actually do that. Okay, good thing I checked, right? Then copy here. Okay, that was all doing the same, and then none of that matters. Then you have to do, well, okay, so this doesn't matter. What am I doing? Because it actually doesn't matter when grabbing jerky, but it does matter when grabbing brains. Okay, I'm clearly thinking straight here. All right, so that works. That works. This is looking nice. I like this. I like what's going on here. And then skin and everything else, and that doesn't actually matter. So it can be out, but I'll save it. So right here, and then a big H. And then we'll just plug all this in, even though it doesn't matter. You're all doing jerky, right? Even though jerky does not exist here. And you will do biocrud. Crud. Like there. And then you will come down like so. There. And so we have, this is tidy. I like this. So what to do with jerky? Jerky is needed for making some foods. So it's actually a product. So jerky is kind of desirable, but I could make a jerky factory just by picking up meat and putting it into storage. So this is kind of like spare jerky. So this is jerky what must be destroyed. Just like this is crud what must be destroyed. So putting it in here is not what we want. Instead, we want to put it in right here. So let's do, I think we do a crossover. We're going to do something nice and artistry, artsy. So like this, I guess. And like, so I guess none of these actually matter then, because then this will be tasked with dealing with all crud related matters, you know? And then none of these matter either. So down like so. Really should be putting this further up, right? Because why would we do it here? Doing it right there has, it's in line with everything else, so it's going to look nice. Nice and planned like someone has an idea of what he's doing. So straight on this line, so it's nice and even. And then jerky comes over. And we need to take priority from that side, I think. And so that's going to be headed down on a mixed... no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Not like this. Like that. Okay, so how does this look now? Not as good as it looked before. But it does look like I landed a spaceship right here. So there's something to be said for that. So what's going to happen, right? I am going to land all sorts of animal bits right here using a whale coming directly from the slaughter area. Should I move this one over? I kind of think I gotta, right? Is this looking better? Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay. So the grand depository right here, which hopefully will actually work. Goes down, then go over. Great. And so all jerky will go with, on the meat line, to... well, I suppose... No, I am going to treat all jerky right here as waste and to be destroyed, to be utterly destroyed. And I will keep that in mind. Okay, got it. Next up, I got to connect up the distillates up here, and I think we're actually kind of done. And the only thing left to do is now... here, let's do this. Right. Oh, it doesn't go all the way over. That's sad. Is that centered? Does that look all right? Nah, I don't like it. Now I have to set up a block that does nothing but destroys meat and jerky. And I need to set up a block that does nothing but... yeah, we'll do this. Destroys guts. And then set up a block that destroys everything to keep everything moving forward. And then I'll be ready for this entire thing. Now the problem is, this is taking up too much space. Like having a single city block for just this. I kind of feel like I should move this up, and then like this backfield in here should be special stuff. I also feel like doing this in the middle is its own reward, kind of. Are we properly in the middle though? No. Looks like we could come up by 2, maybe 3. Okay, let's come up by 2. I should really do a better job at centering everything. 1, 2. And oh, look, it moved all the pipes too. Have to do something about that. All right, so are we properly centered now? Yeah, it does look like it's properly centered. All right, I just declare that this is going to be centered. And if problems come from this, well, fine. If I'm wasting space on this, fine. I can waste some space sometimes, right? Okay, so meat gets dumped in. Meat comes over here into my wet market right here. And then everything that needs meat products comes and grabs from these stalls right here. And sometimes stuff in the stalls rots out and then it is disposed of on these lines. So now we have to deal with overflow because none of these things can be allowed to block ever. So we have to take all these lines and bring them down here. I think I'm going to probably, because we have room for blowing away 8 things, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I should see how easy it is to blow away this stuff. Maybe I should not dedicate 1 block per. There's a lot of thoughts in my head right now. Well, anyway, so if this one's going to come down here, and I would sorely love to just leap down in this space, I could just remove these windmills for this task. And I don't think that's critically bad. So it'll be something like this. We'd come down like so, and then over. And then like so. And just remove these windmills. And then see how I like this, right? I probably came down too high. I guess I wouldn't be doing meat first. I would be doing whatever this inside line is. I think this pattern kind of has a lot of go with it, but I also think I have to condense it down horizontally. This takes up a lot of room. I mean, a lot of room, but this is the stuff that can't block. Like almost everything else is specialty, right? I think everything else is specialty. Everything else has to be destroyed as it comes in, as it overflows. But like if a dingrit spike makes it here, or maybe dingrit spikes get filtered out early and it gets moved on somewhere else. That's probably a better idea. Anyway, Grot upgrade finished. Congratulations, me. It's probably time to do this, right? Probably have to make a choice on this. Very soon now, so go and do it. I'm going to try to pick turds for everything. But I really do like how this looks. This looks good. So I guess we go by the rule of cool, right? The only problem is we have pipes in the way. Never mind, I'll move them. Don't worry about the pipes. I'll do something about that. Then I'm going to have to bring in atomizers. And atomizers are going to demand fuel cakes, you know? I'm not sure how to... No, briquettes. That's what I'm trying to say. Fuel cakes. Solid fuel. And then we have to bring that in. And thankfully that... Wait a second. I did something really dumb, didn't I? Wait a second. I just now realized I did something real dumb. I am trying to ash out, aren't I? When charcoal briquettes burn clean. So this whole thing about ashing out is just wrong. Is just blatantly incorrect. Ah, okay. All right, fine. Okay, it's okay. I can be fine. I can be wrong every once in a while. So is this what I want to do? Are we nice and centered? I think we're nice and centered. That looks very centered. That looks very centered. Kinda. I wish I could see. There we go. That looks very centered. It looks kind of awesome. All right, so next up, I'll probably do this and then leave it here. We're going to remove these guys. Like, sorry, my friends, you don't exist. And then move all the way down with these. And then the first one that will happen here is probably going to be whatever is this line. And that's going to be brains and jerky. So what do we do with excess brains? What do we do with excess brains? What do we do with excess brains early in the morning? And this entire bin is about getting rid of excess brains. Do I really believe I'm going to have that many excess brains? Usually brains are in high demand. It's like the guts and everything but brains really demands to have more space. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I need to take a break. I'll be right back. And back. All right. So, our job. Dispense with the brains. No more brains, right? This is a little awkward, but has to be done. No one has ever accused me of using my brains too much. So now we're just going to have to take care of the case where we have to get rid of them for real. No more brains. No more thinking. No more thinky thoughts. No more bad thoughts. No more intrusive thoughts. All the brains go away. So down here, okay, brains are the first people to get off the bus. So, what can we do with a brain? Okay, so, not going to make animal sample. This is all going to have to be gathered up and taken to a single place. That's fine. We don't need any of this. This is not waste. We can turn it into lard. And this is perhaps a good idea. No, that's not waste. Not waste. Nope. There we go. Zinc. I can take it and smash it into zinc. And usually, like, I don't even want a lot of zinc. I want a little zinc. So we're going to do this, an atomizer. And so this is where we're at, huh? All right, so we're going to need atomizer. We're going to need to bring in briquettes. We're going to need recycling at some point. So just grab all of those things. In fact, we're going to be short on atomizers for a long time, aren't we? Where are you, atomizer? Are you actually, yes, you are actually alien life. Why do I have high-grade iron on me? Who put iron in my pants? Who did that? All right, so we're going to need some composters. We'll get 2 full stacks. Are we out yet? No, we still have plenty of hands for the moment. All right, let's get rid of these iron cubes. Very strange. Weird things are just happening left and right lately. So we just dunk them right here. Iron cubes. I don't even know why you're here. How are we doing down in Ironland? A lot of these guys are going. Oh, and this is still churning as hard as it can. So yes, we are munching on iron. And did the stack inserter Asaur ever start going again? Looks like no, not yet. And that's because of you. You delivered and they got snatched up, huh? All right, that's a problem for someday, not right now. Right now, I have to burn some neurons. So, atomizer, right here. And I'm considering maybe only doing a little bit here. All right, so let's talk about the shape of this. We have to make zinc. I'm going to burn you into zinc. All right. No, where is it? Oh, do I not have that recipe yet? Oh, that would be really unfortunate. Also in character. Brain, not brains, just brain. And now into zinc. Ah! So yes, it is at a higher tech level. And then this, yeah, same thing. So how do we get rid of brains at this tech level? Do we really just mulch them? Like, I could be burning them down to xenogenic cells, but I want to be, like, this is honestly not a bad thing to do. Except I obviously can't do that right now. This one? Yeah, doing this. But I kind of want to be doing it on purpose, you know? So there's just nothing to do with brains. I can turn them into lard, and then lard can go to something else. I probably should turn it into oleochemicals, right? But I'll do that. No, this is just waste processing. It's just waste processing. I can always mulch it and then burn it. No, none of this is really applicable. So lard also has a problem where it can't really be vented. So I guess this means we're just going to do it absolute caveman style. And if we have to get rid of brains in order to make sure everything's flowing, we have to just... Oh, we can't even biomass it? Really? We can't turn brains into biomass? We have to turn them into lard first? In a bioreactor? Well, that's highly unfortunate, I think is the term I'm looking for right here. So go get bioreactors, and then we're going to turn brains into lard. And I have to then deal with, I have to deal with jerky at every point. So don't worry about that too much. So yeah, that's what I have to do. I have to turn the brains into lard, and then the lard has to get then mulched into biomass, and the biomass has to be burned. Okay. All right. Fine, I suppose. I guess we'll do this. No atomizer this time. So bioreactor, it's whatever this thing is, and we're gonna be needing a few of you. So to proceed, you get picked up. What I'm gonna want to do is take a bioreactor, like so. And I'm gonna want to take a recycling machine, which looks like one of this. And this has have to be like so. And it's going to be like so. All right, you are going to make lard out of brains. And then you are going to take lard, and then you're going to turn it into compost. And that happens at, I really wish I could see. Yeah, I really, really wish I could see. I didn't know you could compost this stuff. That's interesting. Anyway, this is 1.33 lard a second. And then lard is to there, and that's in 1.5 seconds. So it takes 1.5 seconds to process one. And this produces, oh, so it's going to be kind of 1-to-1 relationship, right? Oh, okay. So it's going to be like this. Suppose, however. And then we'll be using these inserters, I think. It shouldn't be a stack inserter. I guess we'll put down 2. And you have to be keyed for use filters. Yeah, what happens when something rots in this hand? You have to go one at a time. What happens when something rots in this hand? It tries to put it in here. I guess I have to have a jerky out right here then, right? No, it goes to biocrud. Okay, so we have to have a biocrud out. Biocrud. And you have to override the stack size to 1. All right, so we have biocrud out, and then we're also going to be... We have to have jerky and biocrud out. This is complicated, eh? So we want only lard going in. But this doesn't stop anything, right? Because of... it can melt in the hand, right? So I'm not sure at all this is a forever setup. Or even a very good setup. Yeah. Well, the good news is we don't need any briquettes. I guess I'm doing this wrong. If I want to put a beacon in the middle here, I should at very least be doing this. Well, we have beacon space, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there one fits right there. But we're hardly going to be doing this as intense as possible because that'd be dumb. That'd be dumb. And so out has to be right here. And then you have to be biomass. Only biomass, please. Okay, so we're biomassing all this. Great. So brains come in. They turn into lard. And then if they rot at this point, we will have ways to get out. Either they can rot into lard or they can rot into jerky. And the lard could rot there in theory if everything's really jammed up. So let's just assume these things are true. And we have a lard line out. And we have a jerky line out. Right? And so we'll have the brains come across right here. Like so. And then just like 2 in right there. It probably doesn't need any more, right? Something like this. And then we will have jerky to the right. So like right here. And then we'll have biocrud going to the left. And the amazing thing about this is I got left and right correct without having to correct myself. That is truly a miracle on this earth. All right, so we have the situation. The goo comes in, the brains come in, they come here, they get mulched. And then we'll deal with all the mulch after that. The brains could rot. It's a possibility. So, in that possibility, we take the biocrud out if the lard rots, and we take the brain out, the jerky out if the brain rots, and then that gets joined together. And this is going the wrong way. It's going completely the wrong way. And then we will gather together all of that stuff over here, and it will join a further line. It doesn't have to be dealt with right here. Okay. Okay, I think I can deal with this, right? This seems more or less okay. Though I don't understand why I have that. Okay, I actually do. And the answer is habit, but still. All right, so now we have to situate this in the world. So shave that right there. I don't have much beacon space here, and it really doesn't matter because this is just recycling. Or so I tell myself anyway. Yeah, we'll do this. And then this comes down right here. And what I need most in the world right now is for this guy to leap and this guy to leap. Because we're coming through, friends. There we go. So Jerky gets on the train here. We should probably input priority from that side. Where are we on time? We've got a little more time. Maybe we can do one more after this, or finish this off. We're not done yet. And then copy, 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 copy. Maybe take one more. Copy, copy, copy. Is this centered-ish? I mean, kinda. It's not perfect by any means, but it's getting there, and it looks neat. It's very belty. Belt logic, best logic. All right, so brain comes down, brain comes in. Obviously, I have to put power everywhere. And then brain stops here for obvious reasons. So like right there, right there. Right there. And we still didn't hit any of this stuff. How weak. Oh, and I didn't get the hands down here. Okay, so we are going to be mulching lard. You have to bring in the rest down here. Excuse me, sir. Please out of the way. Please be out of the way. Please be out of the way. And I'm leaving lots of space, and I really hope I don't have to use it. But I do know that this is going to be a critical nexus, and I'm going to have to build a whole lot before I'm finished. Ooh, so now we have a problem. Now, well, no, we don't have any problems. There are no problems, my friends. Like so, like so, like so. See the complete lack of problems? This is what that looks like. And then you come straight across, and then BioCrud ends up in here. I think this is in where we want to be anyway. And this comes straight to here, yes, and that's BioCrud out. That's the lard out. I could put the lard in, to turn into lard and send it on that belt. Yeah, it's best we take care of our business here, though. All right, so almost done, he says. Almost entirely with reason. We should move these in the center. Why don't we center these a little better? All right, so, okay, that does look nice. This looks good. This is actually making Factorio art here. I look at this and I say, yeah, you're doing something right. Good job. I mean, we may not get done much today, but what we are getting done is very important. So it's all tomorrow is just going to be setting up destruction for all of these things, and then maybe speccing out the initial Aug area. Okay, I'm fine with that. So let's just do this. And the entire area right here is going to be astonishingly wasteful. Actually, this is kind of dumb, isn't it? It looks nice, but we're now deep in the land of form over function. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to want to do a flip at some point, right? Like right here. There. It's a little awkward lump, but it's there. And now we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I declare 7 as the number. And you are going to produce absolutely no ash. You are all going to get connected. And then on one side, we will have water. And the other side, we're going to have the opposite of water. Where are you, cooling tower? So like so. Okay. You have to go into a tank, though. And you make water, and you have to underflow less than 5, I think. So just connect it up. Maybe like this. And then you have to be like this. There we go. Almost elegant, right? And so we have room for more brain destruction, or if we ever want to use brains for something more intelligent, ironically, than what we're doing right here. And I'll leave this all the way over for just aesthetic reasons. That's it. So, good. We did a thing, right? And the steam will be immediately recondensed. It's a little off balance here, but it's all right. And so we just keep going now. I need more belt. I need more hands. I need a little more time. I think I'll do one more. At least think about one more. Okay, come on. Help me, guys. I can't stop twitching around. Yeah, that's good enough for right now. So next up, I think it's brain and it's bones. It's dealing with bones next. It's going to be a pretty neat screenshot, though. Even though I'm making very sparse blocks at the moment, they're going to look nice. So what do we get out of bones? I think this is where we have to get an atomizer in. All right, so I have to do the other side too. Just gotta, right? Okay, perfect. This is not efficient, but it is glorious looking. It really is. Something's happening on this side of the base. It's hard to say what it is, but something is definitely happening. The biters don't like it. All right, so next up is bone, right? Bone comes right here, comes over. It's this line, it's this line, it's this line. It's right here. It's bone time. What can we do with bones? I know we can turn it into lard. I know we can turn it into bone meal. I think we have to turn it into bone meal first. No, bone meal is turned into bones are turned into bone meal as a primary product. That shouldn't be waste disposal. That should be something done intentionally. So bones are turned into ash. No, calcinates. I mean, maybe. I mean, that's a maybe right there, because this goes into all sorts of useful stuff. Problem is, I don't want to do that many caravans. I can turn them into lard with steam. I don't really want to do that. Isn't there any ore I can turn it into? Like, without going through calcinates? Calcinates are only used in making all this. I don't want to do that. I mean, it's really great for... Maybe I am doing this. Just a whole bunch of caravans, normal caravans. But I'm not... I can make phosphate rock. This might be the play. Or Keragen. But that's something I should be doing on purpose. Whereas this is disposal. Okay, this is what we're doing. Though calcinates are also quite tempting. 20 calcinates for 1 iron ore. Oh, I kind of want to do this. It's super fast too. Oh, how fast is it to make calcinates? In a Lovecraft furnace, very fast. Well, no, kind of not very fast. I'm going to do this. We're going to deal with calcinates. We're going to need a lot of caravans. It's going to be fun, or at least funny. So we need solid seps and Lovecraft furnaces. Yeah, take that. Yeah, that's probably enough. And then solid seps. We probably don't need many of these. It goes very fast and it takes a lot of concentration. Yeah, we probably don't need that many even. We do need a lot of caravans though. This is very wasteful when it comes to caravans, but I don't know. I think it's very tidy. Though it does kind of tie us to 5 things going forward instead of just 1. Like I'm leaving this space here for when this fails, if this ever fails, and I need to go on to another form of disposal. I'll put it in right here. And that's going to be my plan more or less the entire time. So Lovecraft furnaces. It's going to be like this, and you make calcinates. Bones into calcinates. And so 20 bones goes into 1 roll on the solid sep table. Is this foolish what I'm doing? Should I really just be doing this in the phosphates instead? Because like one problem, where are you? This. If any one of these jams up, then this jams up. Which I suppose, I mean, that's should never ever jam because these are all of these are very amenable to waste. They all have waste associated with them, so it should never ever ever jam. And it consumes 20 a second, and this produces, I should double whatever it is, so 1.5 a second. Yeah, so we need like 2 of these. Okay, that's fine. So what we will do is a kind of simple situation, right? The bones will come in like so. And you come down by 1. Bam, bam. The bones go in right there. And then the calcinates go in right there. And that will come back, I guess. Something like this. And then a big V, and we'll do this. All right, calcinates being made. Then we just have to fill this up, right? And then orient it. Oh, we should probably put in some windmills down here. Or maybe not. Or maybe yes. I guess the answer is kind of yes, right? For sake of form. But I have to move all this stuff. So, all right, hold on a second. Everybody just hold on. I'll get this right. Just give me multiple tries. Okay, like so. Now none of those wires are hooked up, and they've got green and red wire going on them, even though they should not. There's no need for that. Can I just do this? No, I can't. I have to pull it off by hand. That's a shame. I mean, it's also kind of unnecessary. It looks festive. The green and red wire everywhere. I wonder what the downside would be if I just hooked everything up to it all the time. Don't know. Not going to find out. What I am going to do is hook up a bone disposer. All right, so here we are. We are starting to get into shape. Oh, did I leave any vias up here? I have vias. I can make vias. But I have to remember to leave one right here. Like right there. Here. Let's move you over. And now leave the via. Okay. There. Now we can center this properly. And we can place ourselves in the world. Actually, that looks really dang centered. Maybe it has to move one more over, which it can definitely do. And leave a king via. The king way. Alright, like so, like so, like so. And we get our calcinates. Okay. Well, wait, I almost believe in this. Problem is we have this line coming down. And so I can't take up quite that much space, which is a shame, because that block was quite tidy. But no, we are slaves to beauty. Maybe I should have done this line next. Instead of doing... Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe bone should be next. And then, yeah, that would be better. Okay, we're going to do bones down here. Sorry, false start. False start. Everyone just return to your places. I guess this obligates me to play even more, right? Nah, not really. So right there. And then this will come down like so, and then this will stop. What are you? You're lard, right? Lard, and the only thing to do with lard is to mulch it, essentially. So I guess we do this one right now. First, grab all of this, and then we're going to kind of turn it to 11, right? So something like that. I guess these aren't that hard, huh? All right, so... Oh, and I didn't actually get the hands, which are very important. Right there. Okay, so lard in, biocrud out. We have a problem, don't we? Because what happens when this line is completely rotten and there's no more? It's gone from jerky, it's gone completely to jerky, and it's gone completely to crud. So we have to set that up right here. And that's easy enough for jerky. But should never ever go to crud. This is only a brain line. So, okay. So if this goes completely full, then this will go on the jerky line. So if it jams, it'll have a way to unjam. I mean, that's the theory anyway, right? Okay. So continue. Down here, probably going to want a double stack of you, right? So I guess what we want to do here is you are not red, you are green. Like so, right? And then we're going to go the opposite way. And we're going to have a double line. Don't need two of you. Great, right? I'm going to need even more belt. So we're going to have a line like this that goes through. And then a line that comes back, I suppose. And that's crud. Because we can possibly get crud. It could rot in this machine. So the crud could come out and the biomass can come out. And that's where the lard goes in. And then we have to, right here, this could possibly be larded out. So like so. Yeah, only not lard. We should do crud. Excuse me, crud. And then you simply turn about right there. And then it's on the crud line. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Let's go get more belt. I like these. These are easy. Well, okay, involves spoilage. These appear easy on the surface, and I'm able to make rapid progress so long as I don't turn anything on. The second I turn any of these on, smoke will begin coming out of everything that can handle smoke. Fires will break out. Biters will spontaneously hatch. Oh, I need more boilers? Nuclear explosions will go inside the factory. The artillery shells within range will be shelling the factory. The South will declare war on the North. Yeah, it'll be absolute mayhem. And frankly, I think it'll be really entertaining, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a longer episode because I am going to do bones after this. And so tomorrow we'll definitely get through all this, and then we'll get to at least Auogs. We'll probably get through Auogs, actually. And so we'll be able to get to see the first production here. So anyway, what we need now is to grab all you. And then a big V. And then complicated things are going to happen. Wow, it's impossible to see anything right here. So, you are confused as to how you should be. You have to be like that. And then copy, paste, and you have to be like this and like that. This is your life. Try to be like you. Here, let's grab the entire thing. Easy to align then. And then just angry ghost, put it down. And this is to get rid of lard. So it will take lard off this and it will put, oh, I should pick this up. And it will put any, what's the deal with this? Why are you off? Why is this one off-centered? Is this one off-centered? No, what happened here? I probably overzealously copied and pasted. I missed when I placed it over. Oh, I don't know. Creepy though, man. Creepy. And you go, okay, excuse me. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so tell ourselves again what's happening here. We are pulling in lard. We are mulching the lard into biomass. Into biomass. On the way, we might make some bio-crud. Bio-crud has to come all the way over to get out. So this has to go this way. And we're coming down around the side. And we can get away with that because we only have 3 here. Though this does need to be balanced a little better. And we probably don't need to do this anymore because we have a different sort of way to balance by doing that. Okay, so that's nice. This is very snug. The only problem is if I ever need to bring in brains down any further for any reason, but that would be kind of a systemic breakdown. And I probably should not be surprised if nothing works at that point. But anyway, let's not get too wrapped up in hypotheticals. Oh, actually, this doesn't work like that. You have to come. You are here. You're home. This is where you're supposed to be. And then this comes in here, and input priority from this side. Man, I hope any of this nonsense works. Yep. Yep, that's where I am right now. And then this comes all the way down. Nice, right? So we have a bone disposal area. No, that's a lard disposal. Brain and lard disposal area. I'm going to have to go get still more belt, right? And now we're ready to approach bones. I'm going to get more belt. The cost of belts are high. But they look so neat. All right, so this is all hooked up, right? And you're just going to light all this biomass on fire, and nothing's going to escape. And if they do, I just make it longer. And we have a really good recondenser right here. Just absolutely fantastic. And we're making all the water we need. And there's room. Everything is fine. Everything is wonderful. The only thing that might be wrong is we might be a whole bunch of disconnected little power grids. I should probably make an attempt to hook them all together at some point. That point is not right now. This does look really neat. Very pleased with this. Very pleased with this design. Like, I was kind of iffy on it when I was in the planning stages, but now that I see it actually working, it's like, yeah, this was no joke. This is how it should have been. This is divinely inspired Factorio. I gotta go get more belt, though. All right, I'll hook together bones. We're doing bones the inefficient but funny way, in my opinion. I guess it's not even a great way. It's probably better to use phosphorus. I don't know. We're going to try it like this. And if it turns out to be a disaster, well, it won't be my first, okay? So, we are not going to be able to get in 8. I don't think so, anyway. Maybe we can't. Here. This will have to come down like so. Maybe we don't have to do it like this. Maybe we can be a little smarter about it. Have it come down the middle. But that's still not going to be great. And then have everything come over to the center and then come down here and then shave off these 2 lines on the side and these 2 lines on the side. And then I may be able to just make it work. Maybe just make it work, but I don't want to. That's too much. So I have to shave off 1, which is unfortunate, but meh. Many worse things have happened to me. And I guess we're going to try to keep it aesthetic. Move that right there. Move that right there, and then H it, right? Don't worry about the belts right now. I'm going to move these guys to be directly in the center. So you are in to out, and now out to in. And now, if we look at that, yeah, symmetry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have bone coming in right here. Bone's going to come this way. Bone's going to come around. Bone's going to come right here. And then bone's going to go all the way to the end. Bones in 100%. Then we're going to have calcinates themselves come over. And then probably come out the same path that bone comes in on. Something like that. All right, so now we have to center this. And there has to be centered right on there, right? This is how it has to be, right? How's my inventory full? If anything, it should be the opposite of that. All right, so good. This is looking good. So bones will come over here. Waste bones, that is. Not good bones. Can I do this? Is this okay? Am I doing something legal? All right. So, and then calcinates come out in the center. All right. Bones go in, and they almost go completely to calcinates. And then calcinates go, every 20 of them produces 1, 2. So every 20 of them produces 2 units of ore, or, stuff. Great. Fantastic. So I kind of feel like, no, stay inside, I think, for right now anyway. And then this will come around here, and we'll continue with trying to be artistic. We'll use 3 of these, even though I don't think we're going to need 3 of these. It's the same size. See what I'm doing, right? It's all nice and centered and beautiful. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And then it's on the right, on the left, in the center, and on the right. Yes. Just absolute yes. Oh, don't look at that. That wasn't in the plan. That was a trick by some demon. All right, so do I really need to have to put 5 down for each of these? Probably not. We can probably do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. But they do need to be filtered on each of them. So iron, or this is not smart what I'm doing right now. This is not a good waste, a good use of caravan resources. Use filters, and now it's quartz, or now it's limestone. Limestone right there. And then this is, the other one is sulfur. Okay, sulfur. All right, we're doing it like this. And copy all them. Paste, paste. And I suppose we just do it like this, right? Then bring it around. Do it at the bottom, I guess, or keep it floating. I don't know. This is probably most beautiful, right? And thus appropriate. So we're just going to do a whole bunch of normal caravans because it's times 5. Oh, they don't get centered? Oh, that's sucky. We'll figure something out. There. And it will be beauteous at every turn. Like so, and like so. And it will be nice and identical. It'll look like someone cared when he laid it out. Maybe we should go all the way across just to be balanced, you know? Yeah, sure. That's a little better, I think. I'm not going to do anything more. Stack inserters are not really required here by any stretch of the imagination. But I like how they work. And I like having enormous power draw based on them. All right, so last thing to do. Not really, no. It's going to be a bunch of caravans. Iron ore. Output priority on that side. And all of you do that. All right, so now you are copper. Now you are quartz. Now you are limestone. Now you are sulfur. There. Bones turned into something useful. All right. Last tricks before I get the caravans going. So just bring it all the way down to here, I suppose. This is purely for a screenshot. But I will do a lot for a good screenshot. I will. There. All right, let's back off and look at that. Yeah, look at this thing. This looks important, doesn't it? Except it doesn't say much. This definitely looks important. All right, so we're going to do... Oh, we're going to run into problems with that eventually. So we did 1, 2, 3, and there's what, 7? We did 1, 2, 3, and now we have to do, 4 more tomorrow. So we did these 3, and now we have to do these. Why did I have... We did this backwards. Did I? Yeah, we did this totally backwards. We still have time to fix it, but we did do it backwards. All right, so here, let's go fix it. Sure, everyone saw this. Give me a loader. Just stay right there. This is going on the far side when it should be going on the near side. So you go there, and then that's fine, and then you just go right this. All right, so I guess I didn't need to do anything really. So the lard is right here, and the lard is now, it dives in right here. Yeah, okay. All right, so good-ish. And then brain, next up will be skin, and then guts, and then chitin, and then meat. So we have 4 more cells to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, straight to here. And that's worthy development right there. Let's go set up a bunch of caravans. Let's call it a day. This is a good episode. I had fun today. All right, you. Add interrupt, dinosaur hungry. Right here, get that iron ore. Fill that cargo. And I want you to take that to waste iron ore. One of the very first ones we ever had. Empty cargo. Where'd you go? Have a dino snack. Get to it. Next up, right there. Dinosaur hungry. And then right here, I want you to pick up everything. And then you take that to copper waste right there. Empty cargo. And that's your job forever. And you may never, ever, ever have to do this. It just may never be something you do. It never fills up. And that would be good. Dinosaur hungry. Add destination right here. Fill cargo. I could have one doing it and then circulating whenever its inventory got close to full, like I did with the other sorting area. Ah, well, I'm committed now. If I ever run into problems, well, I know exactly who to blame. The problems would be UPS related, but I'm not even flinching on that right now. I have a very good processor. Dinosaur hungry, add destination, fill cargo. And then I want you to go and dump right there. And then take right there. And now last is sulfur. At least these guys are easy to configure. Fill cargo. Mr. Sulfur over here. Then empty that cargo. This feels like a tremendous waste, like an extravagance, but it also works really well. Pity calcinates are not used for anything, or else, I mean, it wouldn't be useful right now anyway, because I wouldn't be doing this. This recipe's been used forever, and I've just never touched it. All right, so I am done, I think. Okay, it's a good episode. I made a lot of decisions today. I'm very pleased with how a lot of things worked out. Next episode, I continue on this pattern. We'll finish building out. What are we crying about here? Oh, efficiency mods. You're going to do that for a while. I will continue building out the stack for animal part reprocessing of overflow waste. And then I'll turn directly to making Auogs in the Aug stack. And we'll turn this entire thing on. There's going to be probably a detour, right? Because I'm going to have to go get laser turrets. I am thinking about laser turrets. Laser turret. Because I'm going to have to get that slaughterhouse upgrade, right? Oh, wait. It's going to really ruin everything down south if I get this right. Like, it's going to require I go distribute turrets everywhere because it's a recipe that goes away, right? Maybe I'll save the game and try it and see how that works. Because I don't want to run into that and just paralyze everything down there. I suppose it wouldn't be that hard to integrate everything. Actually, yeah, it would. Ugh. Yeah, it's a new recipe, so it probably removes it. So I'd have to make this first. And I can make these up here, and that's not a huge problem. And then probably, not a dinosaur, probably logistic bots to bring these around because they are not used much at all. Just like one, receptor chest for each slaughterhouse node, block of slaughterhouses. And then put them on the same belt with the cages and the Auogs, regulated based on how many are already there. Yeah, that's the way to do it, isn't it? All right, so, I also don't have, we're missing something, right? And that's blood overflow. And blood overflow is going to be substantial. Maybe I do that up here. Because blood's going to be in a line down into here, probably right there. And then I'll just do blood overflow up here. It'll be easier. There's no need to get it down here. And then blood will be carried around by biofluid. And blood is a problem, right? Blood. And it can be turned into all sorts of stuff. Nice. Just straight into chlorine. Oh, I guess not. It's going to just go into ore, I guess. Just get rid of it. I can also take it straight to urea. That's not a terrible idea. It's pretty valuable like that. Anyway, I just stopped thinking about all these. So let's get this together. Let's get our screenshot. And let's get out of here and do something useful with the rest of our days. So like right about here-ish, I guess. Zoom out. That's about right. No, further in. Then a little over. No, that's too much. Is this good? No. Where are you, zoom level? That's right. There we are. I wish there was like a way I could auto zoom to a specific level and point. So like that. All right, good enough. Print screen, take a screenshot. What did I do today? So last episode, I started off by trying to figure out how I was going to handle animal processing, because when you pull an animal apart, you get a lot of material and you need all of it, and it's all secondary production. So nothing can, it cannot clog on any particular item. So you have to have central sorting of all of it, and you have to make sure that you have a system for venting excess in any particular category. In addition, all of these things a good half of these things rot. Some of them rot twice. And so we're dealing with spoilage and overflow and non-blocking lines, and we have to be super efficient. And I came up with an idea, and it doesn't look that neat at this zoom level. It looks really neat when you zoom in a little more, but in the screenshot, it's just going to look like this. Oh, that's sad. One of these days, I'm going to make a much more detailed screenshot of everything, like a really big picture made by automatically taking screenshots at different zoom levels and locations. But that day is not today. So what I did today is I implemented my basic level 1 animal part sorting scheme, in that all animal parts, no matter where they're slaughtered, are going to be dumped in this central bin. And there's loaders on all sides pushing them up to the market stalls right here. And there's buffers, and meat is sorted, and guts and sorted, is bone sorted, all the individual products, and all of the spoilage products are coming back down on these other belts, and they join in right here, and then we're dealing with waste processing. So this is waste processing for excess brains. May this never happen. Waste processing for excess lard. Waste processing for excess bones, because we can't stop the flow for having too many bones in storage. Then we run out of blood, and then the entire factory halts. So we have to get rid of the bones and the blood and everything else. And so we are 4 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 more over here for processing blood. Maybe it'll be over here, somewhere in this neighborhood. So right here will be Aug uplifting, Aug breeding, Aug raising, perhaps Aug raising ? And then Aug slaughtering. And then it's going to be one nice little row. But I don't know what the ratios are going to be like there. I'm going to have to look at the math. The problem is it's going to be very hard to anticipate what the reproductive centers can do, because they're just so large. And I'm going to stick with a system like I did with the plants, where I have a sushi belt going around. Like I had sort of this system right here. We have intake, and then we have probably put intake on the uplift, in the uplift area. So this is going to be all 4 uplifts, and then intake for everything, and then breeding. Yeah, that'll be better, because I'll need the space because of how large reproductive complexes are. I think I can fit 4 of them in here if I really try. So it'll be sushi belt all day long there, and that's fine. It'll be nice and regulated by circuit, and then raise, and then process. That, I think, is a pretty good plan. All right, so I am now done. Thank you very much for riding along. I will see you next time, and I hope you had a great time. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.